The 1943 Lincoln wheat cent is one of the most famous and recognizable coins in American history. Even people who have never collected coins often recognize its unusual silver-gray color. Unlike most Lincoln pennies, which were made from copper, the 1943 Lincoln wheat cent was struck from zinc-coated steel. This dramatic change was the result of World War II, when the United States needed copper for military equipment, ammunition, and communications. To help support the war effort, the U.S. Mint temporarily replaced copper with steel for 1 year, creating a coin that would become a lasting symbol of American history. The story begins in 1942, as World War II intensified across Europe and the Pacific. The United States had entered the conflict after the attack on Pearl Harbor, and enormous amounts of raw materials were needed to build tanks, ships, airplanes, and ammunition. Copper was one of the most important metals for military production. To conserve this valuable resource, the U.S. government approved a new composition for the 1-cent coin. Beginning in 1943, pennies would be struck from low-carbon steel coated with zinc, giving them a bright silver appearance unlike any previous Lincoln cent. Although the color surprised many Americans, the design remained the same. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln appears the national motto, "In God We Trust." The word liberty is displayed to the left, while the date 1943 appears to the right. If the coin carries a small d below the date, it was minted in Denver. An S indicates the San Francisco Mint, while coins without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia. The reverse side displays 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above these is the Latin motto E pluribus unum. This classic wheat cent design had been used since 1909 and would continue until 1958 before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. The steel penny was unlike any other coin Americans had carried in their pockets. Many people initially admired its bright, shiny appearance. However, problems soon became apparent. Because the coin was made of steel, it was attracted to magnets. The thin zinc coating also wore away over time, allowing the steel underneath to rust when exposed to moisture. As a result, many surviving examples today show dark spots, corrosion, or discoloration. Another issue was confusion with the dime. Since both coins had a silver-colored appearance, many people accidentally spent steel cents as dimes or received the wrong change. Today, the 1943 Lincoln wheat cent remains one of the most collected coins in the United States. Hundreds of millions were produced, making most circulated examples affordable for beginners. However, condition plays a major role in value. Coins that still retain their original zinc coating and brilliant luster are much more desirable than heavily worn examples. Collectors should also pay close attention to mint marks. Philadelphia produced more than 680 million steel cents in 1943, Denver struck over 217 million, and San Francisco produced more than 191 million. While all three are common in circulated grades, high-quality uncirculated examples become increasingly valuable because fewer have survived in pristine condition. One of the most exciting parts of collecting 1943 Lincoln cents involves the famous minting mistakes. A very small number of 1943 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from 1942. These rare copper 1943 cents are among the most valuable American coins ever discovered. Genuine examples have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some reaching over $1 million at auction depending on their condition and mint mark. Because they are so valuable, many counterfeit versions exist, making professional authentication essential. If you find a 1943 penny, a simple magnet test can provide an initial clue. A genuine steel cent will stick to a magnet, while a genuine 1943 copper error will not. However, this test alone cannot confirm authenticity because altered coins also exist. More than 80 years after it was minted, the 1943 Lincoln wheat cent continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world. It represents a unique moment when everyday pocket change reflected the sacrifices made during World War II. Every steel cent tells the story of a nation adapting its resources to meet extraordinary challenges. Whether you own a well-worn example found in old change or hope to discover a rare era coin someday, the 1943 Lincoln wheat cent remains an enduring piece of American history. Its unusual steel composition, connection to World War II, and fascinating collecting stories have secured its place as one of the most iconic pennies ever produced. For collectors, historians, and anyone curious about America's past, this remarkable coin continues to prove that even a single cent can carry an unforgettable story.